Hello, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. कैसे हो मन भाई? क्या सच में साउंड कम है? What is it? Lines of code. File call lines.py implement a program that expects one command line argument and outputs the number of lines of code in that file, excluding commands and blank lines. If the user does not specify exactly one command line argument, the specified file's name does not end in .py, or if the specified file does not exist, the program should exit via sys.exit. Python lines, this is file's name as a command line argument. Too few command line arguments. Lines.py foo, not a Python file. File does not exist. Hello.py, this is the file's name. Okay, this is the file which we are executing, and this is the file which we are working on to get the answer how many lines of code there are. Even though the form, okay, in a file called lines.py, implement a program that expects exactly one command line argument, the name or path of a Python file, and outputs the number of commands in that file, excluding command line and commands and blank lines. Does not specify exactly one command line argument, or if the specified file's name. Okay. Sys.exit. Assume that any line that starts with hashtag, optionally preceded by white space, is a comment. Got it. Should not be considered a comment. What is docstring? Assume that any line that only contains white space is a blank. What is docstring? Docstring is a string literal that occurs at the first statement in a module, function, class, or method definition. Such a docstring becomes the special. It uses triple quotes. This is a docstring. So isn't it a comment basically? Function definition, class definition, or at the top of a module. String literal used to document what piece of Python code does. How is it different from comment? Discuss what something is or else. Comments explain how or why something is written. Docstrings are stored by Python. Print add dot doc. Okay, comments are ignored completely. Got it? Basically this is not a comment. मतलब मेरे को लगता था ये कमेंट है. Basically this is not a comment. Open can raise a file not found error. Okay, got it. So this thing is for our condition where if the specified file's name does not exist, file does not exist, then the program should exit via sys.exit. Some of to taste your program. I don't know what this is. It seems like it will not work. I tried last night as well. I think इसमें कुछ ना कुछ तो एरर हो जाता है रात को. It worked fine in the day. Stoppable state, try again later or delete the code space instead. Why is it not on a stoppable state? अरे थॉरफिन आ गए. वेलकम. बताओ। और वैसे ये नहीं वर्क करेगा क्या? मतलब आई थिंक इट्स नॉट वर्किंग. Anyway, let's try to figure out how are we gonna solve this problem. यार आई एम ऑन लेक्चर, क्या बोलते हैं, फाइल आयो, लेक्चर 7 और 8, उसका है प्रॉब्लम सेट. Now almost I have 3 lectures to go. मतलब so first CLI will decide no CLI will tell our program which file we are working on. Dark theme, what do you mean by dark theme? And outputs the number of lines of code in that file. Do we need to read? Yeah, we need to read. So read, and it would be best if we go with read lines. So main thing is not key we're gonna output number of lines of code, but we need to exclude comments and blank lines. So first of all, let's not do that. Let's first read lines and then count it. How will we count? The basic will give this name, number, let's say in number variable we want number of lines that there are in given file. One way to count is key we've printed and confused how will we count. Maybe by running for loop. But that's too much. I mean, running for loop and for every run we add one. Don't you think it's an overkill for simple problem? Okay, I can't find anything else than this. Outputs the number of lines of code in that file, comment excluding comments and blank lines. Maybe we can do that for loop, because we also need to exclude comments and blank lines. Okay, so we run a for loop, and when we see hashtag in it we don't count, or we say we plus 0. So that's hashtag, and blank line will mean basically starts with hashtag optionally preceded by white space. Doc strings should not be considered a comment. Okay, any line that only contains white spaces is blank. If we see white space, then also we'll add 0. Maybe this should work, and we'll have right number over here in this variable. Okay, basic. So we get to the main function that this code is supposed to do now to avoid file's name doesn't end in .py. To remove white space black lines, there is any method in Python? Are you asking or telling me that there is a method? Okay, it's a hint. Basically you're saying कि remove करते क्या, then there will be no black lines. Let's go with this logic, but पहले तो If it doesn't work, then we can pivot. मैं अभी से चैट जीपीटी से पूछने लगूंगा तो अच्छा नहीं लगेगा. If the file does not exist, for that it will raise file not found error. पहली बात तो ये कोड स्पेस ही ओपन नहीं हो रहा. तेरे को फाइल कमांड लाइन में डालना है, वो कैसे करेगा सोचा है? मैन्युअली करेंगे और कैसे करेंगे? फाइल का नाम लिखना है ना, और क्या ही करना है. तो hello.py लिख देंगे एक फाइल बना के. And to avoid corner cases one by one, if the file's name does not end in .py, for that I have to check my command line argument now. Read into it. Yeah, sys.argv1. So I have to read into sys.argv1. One is that .py नहीं है. sys.argv1. Fine. And the second thing is कि file does not exist. So when we will open the file, then there will be file not found error, and then as part of handling that error will exit sys.exit. Okay. Welcome Ekam Walia to the stream. File does not exist. Except and sys dot exit. Fine. Third corner case. User does not specify exactly one command line argument. Maybe he writes two command line arguments or three. Can we get the length of CLI? It will have something to do with length of CLI. मेरे को ये प्रॉब्लम है कि लॉजिक तो ठीक है लेकिन मेरे को याद ही नहीं रहता कि कौन से फंक्शंस आर देयर. Sys.argv gives you a array, means a list, right? So yeah, whatever we have with list, methods of list, so yeah, that should be workable. हो जाए अगर ये खुल जाए तो. फाइल रीड राइट के बारे में पढ़े हो? हाँ. So the last lecture was about file IO, file input, output, read, write, append. भाई क्या है बे? The fuck is going on? खुल जा सिम सिम. Even this is not working. तुम खोलने क्या कहाँ दे रहे हो कोड स्पेस कोई भी? Okay, I do. अच्छा म्यूट था क्या? तो मैं कह रहा था कि इसमें बहुत सारे मेथड्स यूज़ नहीं कर पाता मैं। इसमें टर्मिनल भी कहाँ है पे? कैन यू डू? यू कैन नॉट राइट। अब क्या तुम ऐसे फाइल बना सकते हो? नहीं बना सकते। क्लियर कर सकते हो? क्लियर कर सकते हो। टच फाइल डॉट पे, इसका क्या मतलब है? इसका नाम तो देने दे मुझे। क्या कुछ भी तो नहीं हुआ? कुछ नहीं हुआ यार. What the fuck is this यार? LS तो आ जाता है. But how do I make a new file? इसमें रीनेम भी नहीं करने दे रहा हूँ मेरे को. Fuck it. Right corner. हाँ wait a second. ये it is working, but let's see. I think I got it. Was lines.py. Okay, so where was I? Make a file. Let's make a new file. Okay. Our blank lines and this is our comment, and now if I first have to add import sys सेव तो कर ले, कहाँ कौन सा सेव करना? ऑटो सेव नहीं होता क्या? सेटिंग्स ऑन करना पड़ेगा, but it's too much. यहाँ पे सेटिंग्स पे कहाँ पे? मैं ये सोच रहा हूँ कि यहाँ पे फाइल का और डायरेक्टरी का नाम क्यों नहीं आ रहा? यस 50 के इंस्टेंस में नहीं मिलता सेटिंग्स यहाँ. दे आर लाइक डिक्टेटर्स. What are you making here? It's brother CS50 problem set 6 or something. Counting lines of code. Problem 1. अब मैं क्या सोच रहा था कि क्या करें. See, okay. First of all, I have to read that file. With open it's anyway in read mode. यहाँ पे ऐसा होता था read line dot. Bro, I'm not in any field. मतलब I'm just मैं start कर रहा हूँ coding. एक 2-3 महीने पहले ही स्टार्ट किया मैंने. I mean, third year of my college in political science. Some other name for this variable कहता बे file. How about I print how about okay, no such file or directory exists exactly. Okay, now we can go to lines. I'm a second year student in BCA CS. At least you are in CS now. Zikre e Zindagi. Welcome to the stream. Did I make... Oh wait. You know what? I think I made them wrong. मैंने डायरेक्टरी के अंदर डायरेक्टरी बना दी. So now let's import sys module and then control plus S से सेव होगा सेव कर पहले. Okay, got it. Command plus S. Okay, I got it. सेव हो गई. Now bro, you can comment out the question in this. What do you mean? मतलब समझा नहीं मैं. वैसे भाई क्या कोडिंग कर रहा है? CS50 का प्रॉब्लम सेट है एक. This is the problem lines of code. So basically there is another file जहाँ से we have to find out what's the number of line of code there except barring कमेंट्स एंड ब्लैंक लाइन, और भी कुछ कंडीशंस हैं. सो ये है कोड. बट लेट्स फर्स्ट read line word file, or not sure, but let's प्रॉब्लम को कमेंट कर सकते हो इसमें, बट वो बहुत लंबा सेक्स मतलब हो जाएगा. देयर आर लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स ना. कोड फॉर some file, okay, this is the problem. Save and then run, sir. Big उड़ थोड़ी जाएगा ये सब. But you're very conscious about saving. Save some money as well. Code lines. भाई और सब्सक्राइब कर लेना जो भी नया है. कुछ टी एंड जिक्र ए जिंदगी. Please do subscribe. Okay, nothing got printed. I think मैंने कुछ तो गलत किया, of course. बिना सेव करे रन नहीं होता. क्या बात कर रहे हो? आई थिंक लेट्स मतलब पता नहीं, मेरे को 2 दिन पहले लेक्चर देखा था मैंने. हाउ डू यू यूज रीड लाइन? इंस्टेड ऑफ आस्किंग लेट्स get this from notes. For loop लगेगा like for every line in code. For loop पता नहीं यार. For loop यहाँ पे थोड़ी लगाऊंगा मैं. There is read line ना. नहीं है क्या read line? शायद से तो मैंने देखा था. You're right. For loop तो लग रहा है, but I thought कि okay, so when you print तब लगाना है for loop. You put this in a variable file.read lines, and then for line in lines. Okay, got it. नाउ क्या अब कुछ हो सकता है? व्हाट द फक, कुछ गलत कर दिया क्या मैंने? इज इट रीड लाइन और रीड लाइंस? मेथड का नाम क्या है ये? Oh, it's no, no. The thing is कि this is Python file ना. It has to be text file. Of course, it has to be text file. Well, I'm not sure about कि how do you run Python file. वो तो मैंने नहीं देखा है. So it has to be text file first of all. So what is asked in this question, that expects one command line argument, the name or path of a Python file. That's not a text file. In that file, name or path of a Python file. Okay, of course यार, .py तो देखा था मैंने. Yeah, Subham Raj, it will work definitely for .txt, but we are asked to do it for Python file. Uh, this is .py. So the thing is कि read is for by default. By default, when you open, it is in read. You're right, but after Python use, okay, still not doing anything. So what you're doing, maybe we also have to import. What we have to import? To read all the lines of a file and store them in a list called multiple line breaks where you, okay, can you read a line from .py file? हाँ, डाला मैं. You can read lines from a .py file exec exactly the same way you read any text file. So R तो डाला हमने. Wait a second. We were fucking around. मेरे को अभी याद आया कि मैं क्यों ये फाइल क्यों मैं रन कर रहा था. Still it's not happening guys. ये फाइल लेकिन मैं क्यों रन कर रहा था. एंड वेट मैं कोड क्यों डाल रहा हूँ. व्हाट द फक. No, it is. Sorry. It was my silly mistake. सर देखो सर, सेव से तो कुछ नहीं हो रहा. सेव से तो चलता है. देखो आप देखो. Now see. आ गया. But still, okay, saved. So we are. यहाँ तक समझ आ गया मेरे को. Now read line. We printed it. So now we'll implement कि for wherever you see hashtag, you'll add 0. For any other line +1, and we'll keep track of that count. That way we'll get number. But Python फाइल ओपन करो तो मतलब हो गई Python फाइल ओपन. There is a method जो white space remove करता है. I know white space remove करता है, but the thing is कि we want कि वहाँ पे blank lines हो and we don't count it. We just ignore it. For line in lines, print line. Okay. For every line in lines, if now we're gonna make if statement. If line make count equal to 0, count 1. If line not equal to, but if line consists of hashtag. Okay, how do I write this logic कि अगर लाइन में हैशटैग हुआ तो so to exclude anything that starts with hashtag, right? Yeah, so got it. We also starts with method now. So if line dot starts with वैसे क्या था, स्टार्ट्स विथ तो सही है, लेकिन क्या ऐसे करते थे कि या फिर एज अ आर्गुमेंट लिखते थे. व्हाट स्टार्ट्स विथ मेथड string method and starts with hello. Okay, got it. So we pass it as argument. Line dot starts with hashtag, then then count count मेथड है एज आर्ग्यूमेंट ही जाएगा. ओके, गॉट इट ब्रो. बेसिक्स ही क्लियर नहीं है. या एज आर्ग्यूमेंट ही जाएगा. Hey, hi. I just found your live random. I feel good vibe from you. Keep doing what you're doing. Crazy that you said that, bro. मेरे को लगता है ना कि ये जो कम्युनिटी है कोडिंग की और ये सब, दे आर वेरी पॉजिटिव. मैंने एक स्ट्रीम की थी स्टडी विथ मिटाइव्स. वहाँ पे लोग गालियाँ बक रहे थे. ओके, यू गॉट गुड वाइब्स फ्रॉम मी. मेरे को लगा कि म्यूज़िक से आती है. मैंने म्यूज़िक चलाया नहीं. काउंट, आई थिंक लेट्स add 0. So do I need to do this? हाँ, मतलब इससे कौन चल जाएगा. If line dot starts with hashtag, we are clearing that. Now only thing left is for a white space now. So if line dot starts with blank space, we cannot say I feel your soothing voice. Silent something like that. Yeah. So maybe I only have bias towards my voice. कि मेरे को ये मेरी आवाज़ सुननी नहीं पसंद. So we can say this for blank space कि if it starts with not into coding, but I do had intermediate expo in Python during my school and college days. Okay, I'm also not into हेलो 1 2 3 1 2 3 नाउ वी कैन. क्या अब आ रही है? माइक का वायर चेक कर, माइक चेक करो यार. क्या आ रही है क्या अब? One chess match. How do you know कि मैं चेस खेलता हूँ? मैंने ना एक्सटेंशन पे अपना फ़ोन रख दिया, इसलिए चलेगी. लेट्स प्ले. अरे लास्ट में खेलते हैं, आप लास्ट तक रुको फिर खेलते हैं. Let me remind you all to subscribe as well. उतने ही सब्सक्राइबर हैं तो सब्सक्राइब कर दो. So, sir, as per your logic हम सारे लाइंस काउंट कर रहे हैं वो. नहीं, हाँ काउंट कर रहे हैं ना. सो वी आर नॉट काउंटिंग, वी आर एक्सक्लूडिंग दिस टू. और वैसे तो ये काउंट कर रहा है तो ये नंबर वहाँ पे चला रहा है ना. सो वी कैन फाइंड उसका फाइल का. एज ऑफ नाउ वी आर गोइंग विद दिस फाइल, बट as we get argument from sys, we can put that file also over here. More of a automated thing. I'm not sure if this works fine, but let's assume it does for now. The other thing that we have to keep in mind is that if now if else के हाँ true. Let me move this over here. Now if I also print count, we should be able to find out key if it's working or not. तो ये तो प्रिंट हो गया, प्रिंट काउंट नहीं हुआ. ये अब ठीक है, but okay, wait, why didn't it print? I have it over here. Why is it not printing? No, that's because he. Wait. रिटर्न की जगह प्रिंट करो तो, बट क्यों? कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ क्यों करूँगा? Just don't get it. With open file.read lines are initiated, count will be 0 for line in lines, for every line in lines. If line starts with this, then don't add. If line starts with this, don't add. Else add 1 to it, and now print count. At least you should print 0 if it's not working, but why it's not going to print? कुछ तो सोचा है. Save. Okay. Will it make any difference? Okay. Saved us 8 तो नहीं होता काउंट इसका. अब सिर्फ 8 आया. Apparently count is coming out to be 8, which it is not. So it is counting everything. There are 8 lines, but I don't want comment or blank space. Let's save. And स्पेस वाला तो गलत है. हाँ, आई थिंक वो तो गलत है. मे बी दैट्स वाई ये तो ठीक जा रहा है. इसका एक काउंट नहीं किया उसने. देयर आर 9 लाइन्स. उसने कमेंट का एक काउंट नहीं किया, बट स्पेस इज नॉट करेक्ट. आई थिंक ब्लैंक लाइन. How will you depict an empty line is correct. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Let's be precise. Length of this is an empty string. Polyline dot strip, उसके बाद if else. No, what will strip though? Strip तो space को निकालता है ना. How does it matter? यहाँ से space निकालता है strip. A statement that removes white space from both ends of a string. मेरे को ये नहीं समझ में आ रहा कि इससे क्या होगा. स्पेस निकल गया. You're correct, but line dot strip is equal to blank line भी तो white space है. Okay. So this is blank line. ये space है मतलब सिर्फ. And when you strip it, whole line will be blank. If line dot strip is this, then print okay. So we can put this whole code into one line. Or can we? Yes, we can. No, we cannot. It's basically two conditions. We have to check for. We have to check them individually. Now, how does our count work? Okay, now it's working just fine. Correct. Now I have to check for sys.rpv type of things, जिसमें this part is clear. Python lines.py here, because there's no command line argument, too few command line arguments will get printed. Not a Python file because there's no .py. And when we did find a file, we get directly number of lines of code there. The fuck, it worked. Yes, it did. Did you doubted it? But क्या था sys.argv का? Can you explain me? मतलब explain me sys module and sys.argv and its method. Import sys widget print sys.argv. It will come out as a list of strings, a list of whatever things. So basically sys.argv1, 0 is script name, 1 is our argument or file name. We have to put conditions basically on sys.argv1. Yeah, got it.
Take any questions now, but that's what I have.
It was, what was it? That does not specify exactly one command line argument. That doesn't come first in our priority list. File's name does not end in .py. Okay, that should be that. Does not end in .py, so ends with one .py if not print we have to check it's 2 I guess. If less than few hours wala error and if more than too many args wala error. Yeah. If it equals to 2, no, if yeah, length equals to 2, because there is 0 index and 1 index, so length, yeah, length तो 2 के बराबर होगा. But what we have to print? We have to print then first of all exit and print. For now let's say file does not exist. And for ये लॉजिक तो करेक्ट है ना. if not for if this ये ठीक है ना. if not sys.argv और वैसे भी कर सकते हैं is equal to false then sys.exist. I think it's a bit of Pythonic way to say if not. 0th इंडेक्स पर पाइथन है फर्स्ट पर कोड वाली फाइल तो ऊपर वो फाइल जैसे लाइंस रीड करनी है. नो 0th इंडेक्स पे पाइथन की फाइल है एंड फर्स्ट इंडेक्स पे वो है. सेकंड इंडेक्स पे नहीं है. सेकंड इंडेक्स पे कुछ नहीं है. So if it's more than 2, then there will be error. What else is there? If file does not exist, then sys.exit, okay. But this error, file not found error. But I'm not clear about this key. How do you, if you want to exit via sys.exit, why not do it directly? Find an error to note that open can raise a file not found error as per documentation. One can raise a file not found error. Okay, here, so I have to make it try to open this file, except file, what's the error? Error is file not found. Error exit file not found error. We should exit, right? With the message, too many command line, too few command line again. So with the message, करेक्ट। जो थर्ड चीज़ है नाउ लेंथ एंड शिट, if length of sys.argv is more than 2, basically we have to check if it's too many or too few arguments. So we cannot put it into one case. Argv is then print, then first exit and then too few arguments. Hi club many. If length of sys.argv is then also exit with message that says too many arguments. Arguments is never good, guys. What are you making, bro? Not making anything. This is problem set. मतलब CS50 का है problem set. Lines of code. कोई दूसरी Python file से we have to check कि how many lines of code are in that file, except कि blank line and comments. Now let's check if this works. Lines.py, and the file name is what your count.py. ये क्या हुआ 3 है ना, हाँ तो आ गया 3. तो now I don't need to print कहाँ पे गया. Yeah, there's no need to print this. Save. अच्छा याद दिला, save. 3. Got it. So far so good. Accurate as well. Okay, wait a second, it's not 3. ये 3 नहीं है. यहाँ पे तो एक ही line of code है. 2 lines of code है. This is command. There's something wrong. It's not 3. Our output should be 2, not 3. This is command. There's 2 lines of code. Edge case checker. Wait a second, यहाँ पे कैसे आ रहा है? Try count. we set इसको 0 पे सेट किया count को. Can I learn Flutter without any coding experience, or should I learn Python first? आप किसको पूछ रहे हैं जनाब? हमें तो पता भी नहीं Flutter क्या होता है. Is it another language? अबे हाँ सॉरी, ये तो स्ट्रिंग है. So मतलब कोड तो वर्क कर रहा है. Now it should output 2. Now 2. So it's working fine. Flutter Dart नहीं पता मेरे को, but I think you should start with Python. Flutter तो मेरे को पता नहीं उसमें क्या क्या करता है, but there is AI machine learning, there is of course web dev भी होता है Python से, and there are a lot of modules in it. तो कुछ भी कर सकते हो. It's easy, so I think you can start with Python. मैंने तो यही सोच के स्टार्ट किया था, बट आई थिंक आई वुड से कि जस्ट स्टार्ट, मतलब कुछ भी कर लो. Dart ऐप डेवलपमेंट में यूज़ होता है. सो थॉरफिन आपको अच्छी तरह से समझा सकता है. आई थिंक दिस इज वर्किंग फाइन. नाउ लेट्स चेक. आई एम नॉट श्योर इफ CS50 का चेक 50 यहाँ पे वर्क करेगा कि नहीं इस वर्क स्पेस में. नॉट श्योर. कमांड नॉट फाउंड तो नहीं वर्क करेगा चेक 50 तो. But let's check our code ourselves. If I don't write .py now it says nothing. Why? अगर ये किया तो आ गया response. अभी यहाँ पे नहीं आ रहा ना. Why is it? Let's try to find out. Key our case that if it doesn't ends with .py, then sys.exit and print. Okay, so maybe what's happening is we are exiting before printing. Let's try this. We print first and then exit. Now does that work? Oh fuck, it still doesn't work. Maybe इसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम है. ओके ये तो हो गया. Now it's working fine. File does not exist. Now another case, if there is .py but file's name is wrong, as in we cannot find the file, what will it do now? And it still says to why. Do lead code. I think I'm just learning. मतलब अभी तो there's no point in doing lead code. But after I am finished with the now and don't do lead code, do wait instead. Okay, that's a better response. but मैं एक बार बेसिक सीख जाऊँ फिर maybe. So such file does not exist. ऐसी फाइल तो मिलनी नहीं चाहिए उसको. Then it's still coming to try with open as file except file not found error. The thing is कि मैंने यहाँ पे क्योंकि file not found error कर रहा है. If I try to open मेरे को समझ में आ गया क्या हो रहा है कि if I try to open this file specifically, then of course it will get open. Why will it have this file not found error? I think यहाँ पे हमको we need to do sys.argv 1. Now let's check. File does not exist. Okay, we have solved इसके लिए भी तूने ओपन में फाइल का नाम पहले ही डाल रखा. हाँ वही तो. So we fixed it. Third thing was कि length should be 2. If I also enter as argument कि मैंने आज खाने में क्या खाया, तो now this becomes 3 arguments and okay, maybe we'll do the same thing with this. Same thing with this. Now too many arguments. Now if we doesn't enter anything, सिर्फ name of the file, basically one argument, then it says पता नहीं है क्या क्या. Python lines.py and ये index error क्यों आ रहा है? This index out of range. Don't get it. यहाँ पे line 3 बता रहा है. .py ends with 4. .py. It is ending with dot. हाँ समझ गया. So it's checking for sys.argv1 जो कि है ही नहीं यहाँ पे. So maybe you have to handle error here, or we can push it further below कि जब तक उसकी बारी आए उस एरर की. Wait, so we can maybe use try and accept here. Or इसे मैं नीचे कर दूँ. So जब तक यहाँ पे आएगा ये, तब तक we would have checked, मैंने चेक कर लिया होगा कि नंबर ऑफ आर्ग्यूमेंट्स क्या है. Again list index out of range. If length of sys.argv is less than 2, वर्किंग फाइन. सेव नहीं किया था. अगेन सेव खाइए दोस्तों, सेव किया कीजिए. आई थिंक दिस इज सॉलिड नाउ. ये अब वर्क कर रहा है. दिस इज वर्किंग जस्ट फाइन. मैं जस्ट इन केस इसका कोड सेव कॉपी पेस्ट कर लूँगा अपने नोट्स में. अरे हाँ, वैसे सेव करने की क्या ज़रूरत है, स्ट्रीम पे जाके भी तो देख सकते. नहीं, बस सेव इज़ अ बेटर ऑप्शन. वैसे ये कोड यहाँ पे रहेगा ही, ठीक है. नाउ अब किसी को चेस खेलना है क्या? ओके दिस, ये हमने सॉल्व कर लिया. लाइन्स ऑफ कोड. So here, perhaps the most popular place for pizza in Harvard Square is Pinocchio's Pizza and Subs, also known as Knox, known for its Sicilian pizza, which is dipped dish or thick crust pizza. Tend to buy pizza by the slice, but also has whole pizza on its menu too. Per the CSV file of Sicilian below, see regular.csv for a CSV file of regular pizzas as well. This is what? क्या दो फाइल है? A CSV file isn't the most customer-friendly format to look at. Prettier might be a table formatted as skr, like this one. A file called wizard.py implements a program that expects exactly one command line argument, the name or path of a CSV file in Pinocchio's format, and outputs a table formatted as skr using tabulate. Package on PyPy. To import a package. Format the table using the library's grid format. If the user does not specify exactly one command line argument, or if the file name does not end with CSV, or if the CSV file does not exist, it should exist via sys.exit. Comes with quite a few methods, which are reader and dict reader. It should be in this format. Okay, and this format we can leverage over our dict reader. Can leverage over this format क्योंकि यहाँ पे देख सकते हो कि कॉमा है तो. And we also have to, this is called foothead now. Foothead. So we can use foothead and dict reader, and then pip install tablet, which is our package. Okay, fine. Chal bye, good night. Good night, brother. Now I know कि 5 बजे तक तुम जगे रहते हो. File expects only one command line argument, path of a CSV file. Okay. I think too few ये सब तो नहीं करने की ज़रूरत है. Okay, expects one command line argument. सो आई थिंक ये सब करने की ज़रूरत है. We'll add this as well यहाँ पे. If the user does not specify exactly one command line, if the file's name does not end in .csv, or if the file does not exist, should exit way. Okay, basically it's the same, but instead of .py we have this time around a csv file. CSV file in a Pinocchio's format that output in a table formatted as a script. First of all, let's make a CSV file and copy paste our Pinocchio's format there, just to look at it and test reference लेने के लिए. And here it is. Single library is grid format. So library also have grid form as grid format. Tablet. First of all, we will need something to read lines. It will be dicta reader. First of all, we also need to understand tablet so that we can work according to what is available as a function in tablet. Python package. Okay. data headers and table format create. ये तो हो जाएगा. Using list of dictionaries. So what was this? ये तो this was list. No, this was list. List and dictionary. This can be formatted best ये तो foot header हो गए. Now this is, it's not a key value there. It's not. Maybe we have to do it in format of list. समझ गया. We'll make it in single list 3 values. क्या कोड कर रहा है भाई? It's this problem, brother. Pizza pie, CS50, problem set 6, where basically we will have CSV file formatted as such, then using tablet package of Python will convert it into table using command line argument. So we'll input file name, CSV file name as command line argument. So basically that's it. Tabulate, it will read lines. There will be a empty list. Maybe empty list. We'll add values to it, and this list will then be used to format using tabulate. So now basically we want key. We add all the values in this list. मैं भूल गया हो कि कैसे करते थे. क्या होता था उसमें, लाइक CSV में हो ओपन फाइल, this is for if we want to use it for dictionary. Since there are 3 values, we cannot use it as a dictionary. Reader is equal to CSV.reader file for row and reader student.append. So we create an empty list. With open system.rv as file. This is in the format of ये क्यों उसके format में dictionary का But since we also have this as argument as file name, so Pinocchio.csv is our file's name, and we enter. Did you forget? Okay, नहीं हम नहीं forget किया, सेव नहीं किया हमने. Okay, file not found error, no such file or directory. Pinocchio.csv exists. Okay. Good night, Bunny Live. जाने से पहले प्लीज डू सब्सक्राइब. same directory. How about we copy path? फाइंड एंड फाउंड एरर तो चला गया क्योंकि हमने CSV फाइल को सेव नहीं किया था. That's why it was coming now. Index error is coming because there's no row 0. This index out of range. What we have here in this file over here, it is best to read it using, we have to first split it. Okay, of course index is out of range. It cannot split. Default में नहीं है उसके function to see this as 3 values. It would be so much better without music or keeping the volume of it low. ये मेरे साथ हमेशा प्रॉब्लम लगा क्योंकि मेरे को भी तो कम ही आ रहा था आवाज़. हाँ ऑफ कोर्स स्ट्रीम में ज़्यादा आ रहा होगा. थैंक्स बताने के लिए. काम करते हैं. अब बताना ठीक है म्यूजिक का साउंड, बट we split it. Okay, let us split 3 sections for row in reader. Jatin Gupta ji, I'm also new to this thing like you. DS I don't know. I can tell you about me कि मैं पहले Python सीख रहा हूँ, then I'll go for AI and ML. Since AI and ML also requires data structure and data science, then I can also learn that as well. क्यों नहीं हो रहा? For line in the file, we are splitting it and printing the first line. Now value error, not enough values. क्यों नहीं values? Is backend development hard to learn? I'm a beginner compared to front end. अगर यहाँ पे थॉट पिन होता तो वो दे देता आंसर, मेरे को तो नहीं होता. मेरे बैकएंड या फ्रंट एंड मैंने एक भी नहीं पता. आई एम जस्ट स्टार्टिंग. I think backend should be more not tough होना चाहिए. Should I take CS50? I know just C programming like arrays and function pointers. मतलब CS50 में कुछ ऐसा है नहीं downside. It's the thing now. You don't have to commit, you don't have to pay, you don't have मतलब ना कोई timeline है. So there's no harm. And after watching lectures you also have problems at, I think it helps मतलब practice में. There is a clear way or clear guide. I think you can take CS50. ठीक है, we can't hear you bro. Okay, now you can hear me. यार तो मतलब चेंज करना पड़ेगा सेटिंग्स में कुछ तो. मेरे को म्यूज़िक ठीक ठीक ही आ रहा है, मतलब लाउड नहीं आ रहा, बट समहाउ ऑन स्ट्रीम म्यूज़िक के सिवा कुछ नहीं सुनाई देता. So I was saying कि there's no downside of taking CS50 since you don't have to commit or there's no timeline कि इतने में you have to complete course. After every lecture also have a problem set, so I think you can take CS50. Because split did not return 3 items, why this happens? Your CSV data almost certainly contains an empty line. That last blank line is the culprit. Okay, got it. Yeah, this happens very, मतलब बहुत होता है. I think last time I saw the CSV data, वहाँ पे भी I think मैं वो हुआ था. Now let's see. Okay, now I'm getting it. Fine. भाई मतलब क्या क्या ध्यान रखना पड़ता है. So now since we can split it, so what's the plan now? How about we append and now print menu. Let's see कि किस फॉर्मेट में आता है. Exactly one argument, so you cannot pass in. Fine. Okay, this is not a good look. Cannot format it this way. Fine. Reader. कहाँ पे dict reader? I think I can format it in terms of dictionary manual. How about we do the same for 3 values? Now we did append it. Now show me the look key. कैसा है मेनू? Again ये तो previous response आ गया. Okay, it's looking this way. There's a spatial small this, but this is for one value. Pizza 25 pizza special 33.5 and 47.95. What is the code, bro? This is code. Welcome to the stream, brother Ajay Abhay Tiwari. Your voice is not clear. क्या बात कर रहे हो? मैं ऐसे ही बात करता हूँ. Hi bro, I'm also coding. Oh, आप क्या कोड कर रहे हैं? What are you coding? हम तो ऐसे ही टाइम पास कर रहे हैं. वैसे where is that foot header thing? I think I have to learn dicta reader of CSV. I think dicta reader can solve our problem. CSV reader that reads each row, returns it as a dictionary, uses the first row as dictionary keys, yeah, this is what we want. Import CSV widget, then read result of CSV protect reader, for row in reader print row. So we don't need list. Just like this now, say dicted reader, okay, R is also kept. File then for now if we do print that, क्या आता है हमारे पास परफेक्ट डेटा आ गया. So these are our key, 3 keys and different values for it. Fine. So it automatically assumes foot header क्योंकि हमारे पास ये ऊपर थे. So okay, you don't need to do anything with explicitly telling it about foot headers. Your first line is your foot header. Now I remember. With dicta reader. Now what we want is कि हम tabulate format को use करें. और tabulate package को So row is our dictionary. क्या हम अगर इस लिस्ट में append करें now we print menu. So same thing, yeah, completely same thing. So now we do have this thing. now हमें इस फॉर्मेट में कोर्स हमारे हेडर्स पे की ही रहने वाले हैं बिकॉज these are our headers. Okay, fine. And one more argument to it is table format, which we also want grid. There is a value error apparently. Headers for a list of texts is not a text or a keyword. Headers for a list of texts is not a text or a keyword. ये key है. Name and age is key, so we want keys. Okay, key is not key. Okay, this is ready. Perfect. Now let's check for corner cases. What if I don't add .csv here? Then file does not exist. If I don't add .csv, file does not exist. So perfectly fine. If I only enter one command line argument, then too few arguments, correct. If I add too many arguments, CSV, and 4 people are watching, so 4. Now I've added 3 command line arguments. Now let's check. Too many arguments, perfect. What if I enter wrong file name? I enter, instead of pinocchio.csv, if I add something else, then it says file not found error, but we don't want any error. Okay, whereas we open file over here, so we'll say that try to open it, except file not found error, print that file does not exist, and sys.exit. But यहाँ पे कोई प्रॉब्लम आई. We are opening our file. Try to then accept. How can you print a sheet like this using a package called Tabulate? This package Tabulate converts your CSV file into table format. So here, see, we open CSV file, which we will enter as an input, as a command line argument, here, which is, let's say, our pinocchio.csv. It's in this format, and then it opens reader using CSV modules function. This function dict reader reads it. Then after that, for row in reader, for every row in reader, okay, it will go row by row, it will read it, and then it will append to our empty list menu. So every row, as it hovers around each row, it will get added to our empty list. Then this is the format of tabulate package that you'll, as an argument, you'll enter list. So this is our list menu, and other parameters are headers, and this are our function dict reader as default uses first three things as headers. So as keys, Sicilian is keys for cheese 1, 2, I mean 1 item, 2 item, 3 item, and special. Small is key for these values 25.5, 27.5. So then we specify to it that our keys are our headers and our format will be grid. So if we don't, there are other formats as well. So you can see like this, yeah, this is grid. So yeah, now it prints it in this format. Apparently using pillow module you can also edit your image and other stuff. You can also create animation. Now is this good? Now we are checking key. What if we enter wrong file and it's again says that indentation error? Okay, wait. Of course, yeah, you didn't need it. Is go indentation problem. And okay, so when we enter false file name, then it says file does not exist, which is what we want. So I think now it's correct. Okay, fine, this program works just fine. So मतलब दो प्रॉब्लम्स की हमने आज. किसी को चेस खेलना है क्या? I'll play 1 or 2 matches before going. क्या chess.com ने अपना UI चेंज किया है क्या? It looks different. Like we could also push, but now we cannot. Bishop c4, or should I take? No, let him take, but then he takes and puts bishop on g7. I should be alert, little alert. I can also take and go e5. Wait, cannot. If I go e5, to support this pawn, can threaten his knight. So e5, his knight cannot go to g4. Here it has to go, then it's fine. I think e5 is good, because to h5 I have g4. If it goes to d5, I take and I win a pawn. Wait, what? मेरे पास नहीं है क्या g4? ये इसने क्या सोच के यहाँ पे रख दिया नाइट? Oh, nice. But still, this thing stays trapped. If I take, then he takes. I take, and okay, I don't want to take. वो हमें फंसा रहा है, उकसा रहा है कि you do so, जो हम नहीं करेंगे. We'll simply put our bishop back. Even if he comes d4, I'll go knight e4. So उसने give up कर दिया अपना knight. We are simply piece up. We just now need to convert this. यहाँ पे करूँगा तो ये आ जाएगा. Not sure. If he takes, I'm going to take with pawn. Yeah, I'm taking with pawn since h5 is in here. I can open it up and attack, or keep it close. Let's explore. Yeah, this is terrible move. Your bishop is blocked, you have no attack now, you cannot enter. This is bad. I don't want to move my rook. Is he entering anywhere? No. play quick. Queen e2 is a good move. Also bishop c5. कब तक बचाएगा अपना pawn? Good move. Fuck. ये क्या कर दिया मैं? Let's at least review. मैं इसलिए कर रहा हूँ कि मेरे को एक और मैच खेल के हारना नहीं है. Look at this bro, 1950. It is. ये बता रहा है कि मेरी रेटिंग 1950 in bits. Wow. जब आप बहुत दिनों बाद खेलते हैं चेस तब आप बहुत खूब खेलते हैं. वाह. देख, here I had to play bishop d3. Earlier I did go bishop d3, but after some moves. Okay, now I can also castle. Bishop d3 was good as well. Yeah, यहाँ पे I think I made one mistake. Oh fuck, I can trade queens by going queen b3. Queen b3 trades queen. And yeah, that would have been easy. Yeah, I can easily convert this after trading queens. My knight cannot pick it from over here. If it plays h6, I have knight e6. Okay, b4 doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, now I know why b4 is there. b4 is there to target this pawn, because when you play b4, it cannot come to c5, and you'll double your rook over your c file. Will win this pawn because it is on light square. Even bishop cannot defend it, and bishop even doesn't even have space to go to. So this pawn will die. If you solidify it with b4 a3, rook c1, rook c5, rook c1, and take this pawn, enter on 7th file. Here, okay, rook c5, good move. Rook c4 is good move as well. Bishop c5, good move. Takes. Yeah, मेरे को यहाँ पे थोड़ा डर लगा था. Someone just subscribed. किसी ने तो सब्सक्राइब किया. Romal Guerrero. Welcome to the stream, brother. Okay, I had to go, of course, king f4. Yeah. You know what it does? If you take my rook, I take yours. If you move your rook, oh, you cannot move it there. Okay, then I fork. But let's say you move it. Oh no! Why मेरा knight सब cover करके बैठा? Now where do you go? Yeah, you take this because there's also threats. There are also threats over here. Your king is cut down. Okay, fine. It's tough move to find when you have 20 seconds. You're still winning, but then he missed k. My knight is not hanging. One more match, I guess. क्या होने वाला है कि मैं जीतूंगा, जो जीता फिर हारूंगा, फिर हार पे तो ख़त्म नहीं करेंगे, फिर एक और खेलेंगे, फिर जीत गए तो ख़त्म. French defense Winawer variation. मेरे को नहीं पता, लेकिन Winawer variation. Do you take or? So now I'm threatening, so he'll go bishop d2. Then maybe I can castle. अब नहीं fuck नहीं किया, ठीक है. Take with the queen or take with the pawn. Take with the queen, looks just fine. Bishop over here, or knight over here. Now knight. Okay, anyway I have to play knight there. How about this? No. I'm thinking of exchanging my bishop, or light skirt bishop, bishop b5. Takes, that way he cannot even castle. But okay, so he prevented me going from bishop b5. This is defended. ये pawn defended, huh? Can I play? No. And since this is defended, I can kick his queen out. Okay, where will he go? If he goes to b3, I'm gonna take. So he doesn't. But now this pawn is hanging after I play, but then this pawn will be hanging. I think it's good. कोड लिखना भाई आज का हो गया कोड ना एक आज चेस मैच खेल के मैं जा रहा हूँ आज का तो हो गया कोड okay he kicked me out first not afraid but I have to back up या फिर हम एंड गेम में जाए I don't know उसकी क्वीन अच्छी प्लेस्ड है या मेरी good move good move good must say it's not looking good for me so what's okay यहाँ पे आना उसको भाई क्या ही मतलब now you also want to मतलब इसको यहाँ पे आना I can prevent it no I cannot क्या गंदी है पोजीशन he'll take my pawn threatening 2 pawns अबे यार फोक ही कर दिया उसने let's try to beat him on time somehow is only pawn up now okay can we hold him for draw try to gain space over queen side oh not good for me ये pawn तो गया Oh fuck, you fucked up, bro. Fucked up big time. लग तो साथ है आज. Sorry for being rude, but इतना तो अलाउड है. See ya, tata, bye bye, good night. वो मेरे को चैलेंज सेंड करे जा रहा है. मैं एक्सेप्ट कर लेता, बट सोना है ना. लेकिन सोना भी तो एक बहाना है. चैलेंज नाइस.